The tariffs have cost nothing, in my opinion, or certainly very little.
How much will the tariffs cost Donald Trump in his re-election campaign? After this break, we will consider those questions with Professor Jason Johnson and Los Angeles Times economic correspondent Michael Hiltzik. And now, to not discuss Greenland, we are joined by Michael Hiltzik, Pulitzer Prize-winning business columnist for the Los Angeles Times, and Jason Johnson, politics editor at TheRoot.com and a professor of politics and media at Morgan State University. Professor Johnson is an MSNBC political analyst. And Michael, we've got the inverted yield curve, which Peter Navarro has decided now doesn't mean a thing. And we've got the president and his economic advisors trying to say publicly, no Americans are paying 1 penny of these tariffs that are disrupting the global economy. And it seems like certainly American farmers have figured out how these tariffs are working.
Well, American farmers, you're right. The farm zone is in crisis. It's in chaos. We've seen bankruptcies. We've seen suicides. It's really a big problem. And of course, you know, when Trump and his minions talk about Americans not being affected by the tariffs, it's really a case of internal dysfunction or a disconnect, because after all, Trump just last week said he was going to defer some of those tariffs because he didn't want to interfere with America's Christmas buying season. So that tells us right there that he knows that this is affecting sales. It's going to affect the economy. It is affecting the economy in a big way.
And Jason, tariffs are clearly have a global effect, right. And we are seeing this global slowdown. But the president has been just kind of, his method on this from the start has just been to lie and to lie nonstop. And he's finding that he's certainly having trouble lying, especially in those Midwestern farming states that he needs to win.
Right. Well, the president can lie to himself. He can lie to the other members of his staff. He can't lie to my pocketbook. He can't lie to my wallet. He can't lie to the people who are waiting to see if that tax cut ever trickles down into their lives. He can't lie to the people who are doing school shopping in the next couple of weeks and they're not feeling any more wealthy. This is the thing, and this is really important, Lawrence, for people to understand. The recession is not about what the actual numbers say. The recession is about what people start feeling is about to happen. If people start holding on to their wallets, if people start seeing holiday season saying, you know what, maybe I can't travel for Thanksgiving this year, and maybe we're not going to take that trip for Christmas, that is how the ball gets rolling. And if this president can't convince people that all of his economic miracles are going to continue, that is going to have serious consequences for him electorally in 2020.
And Michael, the Republican economic theory has held that everything that is happening in the California economy cannot happen because California has a higher minimum wage, several higher minimum wages, including local ones, than the federal minimum wage, has more regulation, environmental regulation. It has heavier state taxation than most other states. Right. And yet it is the leader of the American economy. Without the California economy, the Trump national economy would not be doing well.
Well, I think there are two lessons for Trump and the Republicans in the California economy. One is that if you have a good fiscal policy, it helps. California bucked the trend. We raised taxes a couple of years ago under Jerry Brown. We turned our budget into something solid. We've got a rainy day fund. We're prepared, more prepared than we used to be for a downturn that would take the income tax down. That's one thing. The other thing is that California has welcomed diversity, economic diversity. Years ago, we had Proposition 187, which was an attack on immigrants that passed, but it was overturned by the courts, and it destroyed the California Republican Party. Right. That party is out of business. They don't have a single statewide office holder. Their congressional delegation has been decimated. It was decimated in the last election. And that's a message, I think, to Republicans around the rest of the country and to economies in the rest of the country that if you don't absorb and accept and welcome immigration and diversity, you are going to be in economic trouble and you're going to be in political trouble.
This sounds like an area that the Democratic candidates should be talking more about and find the language for. Michael Hiltzik, Jason Johnson, thank you both very much for joining us tonight. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Lauren. Thanks for watching. To see more videos, click right here, and subscribe.